Let's go through LeetCode 2354, number of excellent pairs. For this question, it gives us a zero-indexed positive integer number array nums and a positive integer k. So it says that a pair of numbers num1, num2 is called excellent if the following conditions are satisfied. Both the number num1 and the num2 exist in array nums, and the sum of the numbers of base set in number 1 or number 2, and number 1 and number 2 is greater than or equal to k. So that means if we have this number, right, number 1, and also this number 2. So we need to the bits number 1 and number 2 plus bits number 1 or number 2 are greater or equal to k, right? So return the number of distinct excellent pairs. So it says that distinct, that means for this, for example, this 1, 3, right? The first thing is that he consider 1, 3 and 3, 1 as two different pairs, but this 1 appears twice. So you say that this 1, 3 has only one pair. So we need to dedupe. So that means we just need to consider those kind of distinct number for this nums array, right? So what we need to do first is we can use a set to dedupe. So we just need to talk about how many pairs in this kind of set, right? So so there is another thing is that we talk about the bits. We'll see 0 and 0 equals 0, and 0 and 1 equals 0, 1 and 1 equals 1, right? And 0 or 0 equals 0, 0 or 1 equals 1, 1 or 1 equals 1, right? So if we have this, right, we need to know there is another kind of features or property of any number. That is the base count of A and B plus bits count A or B equals bits A plus bits count B. Yeah. So for any A and B number, right? So we can try to use these kind of features to test. So if we have these features, what we do is that we can, for every number, we calculate what's the bits count of it. to calculate a bit count or number, it is pretty simple, right? Count bit in num. So what we do is that for int I equals num, I not equal to 0, right? I n equal to I minus 1, right? And the int count goes to 0. Count plus return count, right? So for every number, what we need to do is that we just get its bit count, right? So we know for every number, it is smaller than it will be an integer, right? Integer is smaller than 32 length, right? So the bits were at most 32, right? So we can use array called counts with new into 32, right? So what we do is that for every number, we try to count how many the bits, right? So for example, we have 5, right? 5 is 101, so the bits is 2, right? So we'll have counts 2 plus, right? So that is we use some kind of buckets to store for each bit counts how many numbers, the number counts, right? So what we do is that then we're going to do is that for every number in the in this set, right? Because we already dedupe, we'll have counts count bit number plus, okay. So that means for the counts, for the bits, how many bits that each bit counts, how many count of number, right, of it. So what we do is that we just have a for loop, right? So we know the result need to be long, right? So we have long result equals 0L for int I equals 0, I smaller than 32, I plus, and for and also to see that the same number, right? So for example, 3, we can consider this one as a pair, right? Int j equals 0, j is smaller than 32, j plus, we're going to have if counts I plus counts j greater equal to k, right? Then we're going to do is that we'll have result at equal to counts I multiplied by counts j, right? Then we return result. Greater equal to 8. One count I plus. This is not count I, should be I plus j, right? Because each bucket, the index will be those kind of bits numbers, right?